Okay, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back for another Corsace match, round robin, Rubber Conquest versus Ice-T JOKOWI. As promised, commentators in the corner are not accurate for the time being. Chili Pear is a little bit late, so I'm subbing in for him for this one, but I am joined by Doomsday. Hello.
Hello, Norts. What's up, man?
Yes. I should have said my name, actually, yes. I'm not. Yes, I'm still here. Still here, rocking it out. Yet another match, but kind of it's basically South America plus San Marino, against an Indonesian team here. I think a very exciting team on Rubber Conquest. Really, some big names. I think Arj, TFGE, Zubs, half the team alone. Like just looking at those names, kind of cracked players, all of them, and some newer faces on this Indonesian squad of Ice-T JOKOWI that I'm not necessarily as familiar with, but certainly Fuma and that new guy, staples of Indonesian OWC teams.
There's a few renames in there, I think. I
Oh,
believe Nazuna is Mindfrost, I think.
oh,
And
okay, yeah,
yeah, and Adyars, I think, is Rayuser. So yeah, to be fair, that team as a six it's a strong team with quite a bit of depth. I mean, Mindfrost is super scary.
Mindfrost is really good. Yeah, that kind of changes things a bit because I would be inclined to favor Rubber Conquest otherwise. Might be pretty competitive.
I think the way this match is poised in terms of the groups pretty spicy because Ice-T JOKOWI right now they're 1-1. This is their last game. Rubber Conquest, this is their second game. They lost the first one, and they got this one, and then they're against the top seed, and they're in a situation where they really need a result here. I think, unless they pull off some upset against Starbound, they're in a precarious situation at the bottom of the group. But the way the teams are set up, though, it should be super competitive. I think between these two. There's quite a bit on the line on this head-to-head, I think, in terms of the group. Rubber Conquest need a result.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. And Ice-T JOKOWI looking for a better placing out of the group here.
I think the way it is, I'm not sure they can be last in the group, so they're going to be guaranteed something. But you know, their point difference right now is a solid 0, so Rubber Conquest could leapfrog them, and they want a good seed. They don't want to really drop the ball here, even though they're probably going to get into the runoffs at least.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, even in overall seedings, 11th to 14th. Actually, was the loss Rubber Conquest took to the bottom seed of the group, or?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty brutal. Okay.
what was the result of that? I think it was quite close. Yeah, they lost 5-4 against the leftovers, the bottom seed of the group. They're already out. If Rubber Conquest get anything out of their next 2 games, they've already played all 3 of their games. So they are in a very precarious situation as well. But with Rubber Conquest losing to them, that does put the pressure on Rubber Conquest to try and get a result against the higher seeds of the group, which is always going to be a daunting proposition. But with the players they've got, they should have a chance against anyone else, really. Even Starbound, who top of their group,
Yeah,
they're pretty scary. They can do it, I
I am
think.
surprised, honestly, because I mean, Rubber Conquest looks kind of stacked. Maybe, I mean, I neglected to mention them earlier, but Chalk Gamer 6 two very strong Chilean players. BGM really the only one I'm not terribly familiar with on the squad, but I mean, there's every reason to believe that this team is very good and very competitive. So even after a loss to a bottom seed team in a tiebreaker, I want to believe in them. Also, I gotta believe in Arch. He's, you know, I'm always an Arch faithful.
Dude, Arj, especially recently, he's always been putting out performances. He's a very reliable player to have for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like he just never flops. It's a powerful man.
Strong doggo energy over there. Especially on the left side, bloody hell. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with BGM myself actually. He's a new name to me. But he's on the team for a reason. Italian player. To make his mark here.
Italian?
I believe so. Or am I
Okay,
mistaken?
now while there, I don't know. Italy is. I'm so investing in Italy, you know, because of 3WC. It's I'm such an Italy believer in a way that I wasn't before. Yeah, maybe BGM has got something cooking over there then. And in terms of bans, well, we're quick in with it. HR2, quick ban by Rubber Conquest, and well, I mean, going by qualifier results, there doesn't seem to be a good reason to go for it. It's looking relatively close, just a 20k difference between the two teams on the qualifier scores. But perhaps looking at prior results in the group here, or for that ban. Actually, I feel like yeah, no, Ice-T did not look good on HR2, honestly. They got 1.2 mil team score on it. They had a C rank, even. So, I don't know what to think about that ban. Maybe a bit questionable. Hidden One, the low BPM flow aim ban coming in for Ice-T JOKOWI.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Looking at the results, I think those were just the previous bans from these two. Conquest banned Hard Rock 2 last time, and I think Ice-T also banned Hidden Ones. They just don't like those maps, I think.
That might be it then, yeah.
Get them out of here, dude.
It's a shame. I think both of them are kind of cool, but I don't know.
I agree. I actually really like that Hard Rock 2. I think it's a really interesting sort of stream-heavy precision pick.
Yeah. I think Errol makes great stuff. It's a good one. I'm surprised to see signs of you know, some discontent with it. But D2 won the pick for Ice-T JOKOWI. I think it's rather on brand in terms of the slot for Indonesia to first pick a DT1, but it really is on the easier side of the pool. It's one of the ones we've seen the very highest scores on the weekend of. I mean, I believe we've seen 4-ways or very, very close to it. And that's kind of the level you've got to perform at if you want to take this one home.
Satellite and Senya, it's the happy place for a lot of players, so I'm not surprised to hear about that.
Yeah.
It's cozy town if you can deal with the speed and the stamina. And we're kicking off with it here. It's an important match for both teams, really, in terms of the group. So I'm really hoping they bring their A game for this one.
6-9 with an early break here, but otherwise everyone else looking quite comfortable. Pretty much as expected. Nazuna Amamiya is gonna break and kind of even things out a little bit. A bit of a combo lead for Rubber Conquest now. But I would expect things to really stabilize now, and gonna have to maybe wait a bit longer for anything to shake things up here.
It's just keeping settled, just got to keep the nerve, really. It's not the sort of patterning that would really trip you up unless you're really rough or you have that unlucky slip. For looking at these players, it's going to be a case of an unlucky slip for a lot of them. The recovery is looking nice and the accuracy is good across the board, so just watching those FCs, really. Someone to cough. Someone to
Adios
sneeze.
breaking at the end of the Kiai. And Fuma breaking now spells disaster. for IST JOKOWI on their own pick here. This is really not the start you want on this map. Yeah, that's pretty much the midway point of the map for Fuma as well. That is the worst place he could possibly have broken. I mean, quite frankly, given how this map tends to play out, it's already a bit doomed. But TFGE is looking to make it a bit more exciting, potentially, with his miss. Maybe something could happen. It's still not quite gotten away from him. If we see more breaks from Rubber Conquest, there might be hope yet.
It's a big maybe. Zub's accuracy's down a little bit. I guess on the odd stream, just slipping on the tap-in. Does it show a bit of discomfort? Who knows, because he's one of the FCs. 200k is not a lot. Chihuahua break, there goes Arge. And that's going to be advantage to Ice-T maybe, I think now. It is. Ormer Fuma though with another break though. Recovery's down. It's back with Rubber Conquest here. Zubs and 6 Nusu have got a hold right now.
It's turning out to be a bit more tense of a map than it tends to work out to be. I believe it is going over.
Yeah.
But is it fast? I think it will be enough.
Oh, it's going to be so tight. Another break from Rubber Conquest, and it really is all hands on deck. I don't think it'll be enough as it stands, as long as nothing else changes. Those FCs all holding good spot. Zub's the break. Hang on. Nah, surely not, right?
No, I think they needed another break or something. Yeah. They needed a little bit more. They're not going to get it. It's still going to go the way of Rubber Conquest. Yeah, ultimately, I mean, it looked pretty bad there for a second. And I don't know. I guess I can't blame them for picking this. It is still a pretty solid team score, and Fuma with the one miss in the dead center of the map did kind of doom them to a loss there. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you beat yourself up over, but it's the kind of thing that happens on a DT1 like that. It's I think in terms of pick strategy, pretty solid actually. It's not that bad. It just didn't work out.
No, exactly. The accuracies were really good. It was just combo game moment. The misses in the middle, 2 big misses in the middle was just death. So unlucky, really. Unlucky. But I think the speed was a good pick. There's not much, well, as much speed as maybe you'd expect. So there's not too much to pick at there. I imagine we could see a DT2 later on, maybe with this heavily Indonesian team, speed roster.
Yeah.
I
wonder.
Get their first pick.
DT3 is available, but in terms of being a bit speedier. But I guess it is. I mean, it's kind of intensely gimmicky in its expression of speed. So it's maybe not. I'm not sure. It's the kind of map where I don't know until I see people play it. It's not the kind of thing you really know players to be good at. It's a bit too specific. But DT2 is actually going to be picked by Rubber Conquest as their first pick here.
Okay, then. Sure.
I don't know what the idea behind this pick is. It's kind of strange to me. I feel like what I'd expect out of Rubber Conquest is maybe something like HR1. I think just seems great for them. Like Subs, TFGE, and Arge already with those 3 players just looks amazing, really. Just a great roster. But and also with the hidden 1 ban, like it's not quite the same thing, but it's still a bit flow aimy in one of the mod categories. So feel pretty good about that. But no, it's the DT2. It's the tapping.
I suppose they have time to weave in some of those picks later on, but going straight into speed after that, they did win DT1, but. Yeah, I still don't know about picking speed into Ice-T, but hey, Rubber Conquest have players. They'll be fine on this. But the head-to-head, you think, is going to be pretty competitive.
Yeah. I guess something to look out for maybe. I kind of expect Arj to be in for these often nowadays, in spite of the fact that he's not really a tapping player at all. He's just really good at combo gaming, DT stamina, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him in, and he is there. Looking for that 93 AC FC, or actually, sometime he kind of goes beast mode and axe as well, but we'll see what kind of Arj we're going to be experiencing.
Yeah, sometimes combo game's all you need.
Yeah.
Stuck into this one. Huge collab map this. A lot of mappers involved with this one.
Yeah, they went a little bit crazy. It's a lot of people on the DT stamina of all things.
Yeah, the sort of pick where it's like, you know, you have a lot
kind
of choice.
Yeah.
But they went ham with the creation of this one, even though it is a DT too. Oh, that's a miss from Fuma to kick things off on the side of Ice-T. Followed up by Ryuza, Adios there. So it's 2 FCs to 4 already. Looking pretty good here for Rubber Conquest. And you gotta say, you know, the accuracy is looking good for them as well. That noob guy down to 91, holding on with his FC, but just about. You know what, though? This is actually looking like it's a pretty solid pick. Maybe picking this early was the strat.
Maybe so, yeah. Actually, maybe I'm outdated in my perceptions of Arj. This might just be a low enough BPM for him to play this nowadays as well, because, I mean, man just keeps getting better, so maybe I shouldn't be so surprised.
That's like, what, it's like 220 something, right?
Yeah. I mean,
like...
he just used to be, like, exclusively aim, you know, like, no tapping. But I'm just owning on everything now, I guess.
You just games on everything at this point.
Yeah, still the 4-way for Rubber Conquest here.
Not anymore. Oh, TFG with a big miss there, but it's still with them. 3 FCs to 2. That noob guy's accuracy is increasing, warming up a bit. I say that, there's the break, and now it's 1 FC to 3. It's just Mindfrost. Nazuna there with the FC for Ice-T. Oh, that 3-way miss though. That's pain. 2 FCs to Rubber Conquest, and well, there's not much you can really do, is there?
Yeah, no. This is an enormous score gap, and working out to a far more convincing pick than I would have figured it to be. I mean, really, really strong team performance from Rubber Conquest on this. It is one of those maps you see a bit more consistent scores on, a bit higher team score averages, but nonetheless, 3.5 mil is still quite a good performance. And Ice-T, JOKOWI, I have to say, I was expecting a little bit more out of on this.
Must have just caught them cold, because there was definitely some struggles on the tapping side. The axe side down here for Ice-T. So, yeah, getting that out of the way, it removes the pick later on when they may be a bit more prepared for it. Good pick, I think, in the sense of this game, because they can't go into it later on now. So, what now for Ice-T? A change of strat, presumably.
Yeah, they've got to change things up here. I don't really know what the lateral move would be here. You know, you banned the hidden 1, so I'm not thinking hidden 2 because of that. Even though, you know, different kinds of maps, but nonetheless, maybe doesn't enter, you know, consideration if you're willing to ban one of the hidden maps. I don't know. Like, much of the gimmicky stuff feels like a no mod 4 or no mod 5 feels kind of scary picking into Rubber Conquest. Maybe a no mod 3? No mod 3 could be kind of okay, actually. You know, the snappy alt aim
It could do. That'd definitely be a very different direction to take. You know, high
Yeah,
speed
yeah.
aim really is what I'd call that more than ult. But
Yeah,
it's going to be Hodok
HR1,
1.
not too far removed. It's a bit flowier, but kind of still in a world of that kind of snappy aim. Maybe not snap alt, maybe just higher BPM. Um, with some wider angle stuff, some jumps. And Okuratsu map, one of those staple mappers who's been around for a while.
The classic mechanics heavy map I'd consider, and this one being quite speedy. I suppose in terms of, chatting about the No Mod 3, this isn't too far from there, with it being high speed aim of sorts.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's more about the linears than the
Yeah, yeah.
sharp corner jumps of that.
I just still, the thing is, this is a pick I was kind of floating as an idea for Rubber Conquest. I feel like the addition of it just being HR alone kind of changes things a bit and makes me inclined to favor Rubber Conquest a bit. So it's maybe not the greatest pick. I maybe would have preferred to see something like the Nomad 3 out of IC JOKOWI. It's at least my take. I don't know the goings on internally here, and they might just be onto something with this. We'll see.
See if they're cooking. I don't know if really in the last game they played that much hard rock. I think. Oh wait, no. Looks like Rubber Conquest did play this in their last game. They did pretty decently. They got about what, 2.6 mil. It's pretty okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Opens up really quickly though. Already there's 3 misses from Ice-T. Just Reuser left. Adios. But it seems to be causing quite a few players problems on both sides, looking at the accuracies.
Still favoring Rubber Conquest. With the recoveries, I believe. Fuma breaking hurts a bit for Ice-T here. Still trying to claw their way back into this, but adios.
Man, that's rough.
Adios. He is out of this, unfortunately.
The Chilean tag team right now for Rubber Conquest holding the fort down. It's a nice little slower bit after that really fast intro, allowing the players to settle and the accuracies are growing again. By the time this map picks up again, it's going to be an uphill battle for Ice-T, you think. It's really just Noob Guy. One of the FCs goes down for Rubber Conquest, though.
No, it is
actually
both of them. 6 Rusu, yeah, both of them are down. This is...
Both of them.
Changes things a little bit, but they still have these 2 recoveries from Zubs and Arj, or Chihuahua, going pretty big. So even losing that Chilean tag team, they've still got something going. Starting to little time down here. Not much of the map left for any recovery with a 400k score gap, and the misses from Fum and Adios. I mean, it's practically already over. I think that really seals the deal. No doubts about who's going to be taking this point home anymore. Yet again, Rubber Conquest. Yet another pretty strong team performance on probably one of the harder maps of the pool. Almost 2.8 million team score here.
That's better than the last one as well, a little bit too. They really had the edge on that the entire way. The change of strat to try and mix things up hasn't worked out because they did, I say, to the player, they did look like they were
Yeah,
just not on it on that hard rock
they were
pick.
beat. They were outdone player by player, and I don't know. It kind of comes back to not really feeling like this was the best pick from them. I do feel like if they wanted to go in kind of an all-tier direction, just the Nomad 3 would have worked out better. But yeah, that HR, I don't know, kind of plays into some of the strengths of Rubber Conquest here.
So far, so good here for Rubber Conquest. You know, after losing their first game, they're a few points on the board now. They're looking pretty good. Try and keep themselves in contention for getting out of the group. At the moment, it really is all Rubber Conquest. Ice-T need to figure out something here with their next pick, but Rubber Conquest have plenty of the pool to peruse with all of the advantage. DT3 coming out from Rubber Conquest here.
That's
and
funny.
We were talking about that.
I mean, it seemed like the kind of thing I didn't really expect either team to pick this, but still rather early on into things, Rubber Conquest actually goes for it. Kind of a crazy DT map by Uberzolic here. I think the swing doubles are so fast and so ridiculous and such a roadblock in this map. And I don't know that I would place either of these teams as the types to play gimmicky or DT like this. So a bit of a surprise pick to me, but might just be a reason for it.
I could see a couple of the players of Rubber Conquest really liking this, especially when they know they have the insurance of a 3-point lead. Yep. TFG and whatnot, Zubs in there. I imagine, of course, we're going to see Arj again. Players like that, I think, can go ham on this if they have not too much pressure, I guess. Ice-T, well, they're going to have to deal with a very uncomfy map right now, and they need a result, you'd think.
Gonna be tough. I mean, it is one of the worst maps in the pool in terms of, really expecting a performance. It's going to be pretty inconsistent for a lot of players, I believe.
Yeah, was it 195 BPM, weird spacing streams, 1.6s, speed, finger control?
I feel like the 1.6s especially look pretty ridiculous to me. They gate so hard.
Can't count out Ice-T though with the individuals they have, especially on a map like this where maybe just one person carrying it could have so much weight, even at this round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think this is one of those maps where you can actually expect to see the solo carry.
Not out the question, man. 6 Nusu gets the first break on Rubber Conquest. The early break from that noob guy, but the accuracy for 6 Nusu right down here in the early goings. 89% from him. If there's a map to have low accuracies, it's probably this one.
Yeah. I can't blame anyone for this one, really. Okay.
FC down on his side. And Zubs goes
Zubs,
down.
Yeah. He's looking up for Ice-T for a second there, but Fuma does break. I think, is this a combo lead still? I don't think so, actually. I think it's slightly on the side of Rubber Conquest. They have a little bit of margin to work with halfway through the map. What do we want to see? Yeah.
TFG with the break.
Nazna Amamiya now with a very big opportunity, actually. Gonna still need that supporting score because of the combos from Arj or Chihuahua in 6 new 9 here. Good start to build a lead.
About to get into one more hard section in just a moment, and it is going to be the tag team. Arj and 6 Nusu versus Nazuna there.
Oh no! My god!
Nah! Don't do this to me, dude.
What? Okay, well, Arj now with the biggest combo in the lobby. Is Arj going to be able to bring him? Arj breaks! Okay. What is happening? Is Zubs and TFGE breaks? I'm trying to compensate. What is happening?
Zubs is going in 300k and closing.
No way.
I think it's closing in, but...
dude.
No, never mind.
Yeah, Zubs is gone, and that's nothing. That's like 15k. God, no. What the hell? Well, Ice-T finally on the board in an interesting fashion, let's say. I mean, this map is just mean. It's tripping up players left and right.
Yeah, that map just committed heinous assault on this lobby.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Nazuma, Mind Frost there, the 700k, far and away the highest score, really did a number for his team there. And seriously kept them in this. A 4-0 would have been scary.
Yeah, the match point makes a very big difference. Happy for Ice-T to see them still competitive, still in this. They just need they need a good one now. They really need this pick to work. My inclination is still kind of towards Nomad 3 possibly. Because I don't know that victory just now on DT3 really would lead anywhere else, I don't think there's any map in the pool quite like it. And I don't know what else could be seeing. Maybe a Nomad 2 if they're feeling a little crazy with the tech streams.
Yeah, they're feeling a little bit spicy maybe. That Nomad 2, it's techie, but
Nomad 4. Okay.
Well, that's techie too. That's all tech all the time.
I'm kind of scared of this one though. I don't know how to feel about this pick. It's just picking like slider tech into these kinds of big tournament players like TFG, Zubs, Arj. Really scares me. I feel like they're so good at stuff like this. It is pretty volatile though. We have seen a lot of the players find those 1 slider breaks, 2 misses, something of that nature. But and then in the next match see much better scores.
I totally agree.
It's a bit of a heartbreaker.
Yeah, it's the combination of the high SVs, linear aim, and wonky streams that can you get the odd miss, like 2 misses, 3 misses spread out in this map. You post a 250k and it's just like...
Yeah. It can be so brutal even if you play it pretty confidently. Just the small slip-ups can cost you a lot, which just scares me all the more, really. I don't know. It's maybe they still do have something here. Really need this to work out.
Yeah, Rubber Conquest did play this before. They got a pretty decent score, all things considered, but it was a case of, good scores, but like 1 misses and slider breaks on like every single player. Where it's a case of, you FC it, you get the odd miss and your score's half. We'll see if it works out for them this time, I guess.
TFG and that new guy trade and YHD on I see JOKOWI also breaking. Getting into these bigger sliders. I don't think I see anyone cheesing in this one either. I'm on the lookout for people aiming the ticks.
Nah, it looks like everyone's just playing it as intended, I suppose.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, the shapes aren't like so wacky you really have to cheese them, but they're fast enough that, yeah, I imagine some players would just take the easy route, but none here.
Yeah.
Second drop coming in real soon. Not much in it, a little bit of combo for Rubber Conquest, but nothing insurmountable. Accuracy's bang on even.
Oh, Fuma in the slow section finds a couple of breaks. HD really not helping Ice-T's case with some big combos for Rubber Conquest now. R just does break though in the build-up.
The trade. TFGE with a big drop there as well. 6 Nusu with the drop. Everyone's gone on Rubber Conquest now. They're all dead. Just Mindfrost left with the FC, the only one in the room. And he's got 200k to make up here.
Oh my god. It is the solo carry.
Gotta keep his cool through these patterns though. Time is running out swiftly. He's the only one left with anything on his team. It's not gonna be enough, is it?
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. That is tragic. God, he really did not need much support to make that happen. Just not gonna be finding it, unfortunately. I mean, just a much better overall team performance, unfortunately, from Rubber Conquest is not gonna be outdone by this one top score from Mindfrost.
That is such a Chad FC though. that's such a good score. Just unlucky though on the 4v4 didn't work out here for Ice-T. What an attempt though by Mindfrost.
I guess it was kind of banking on maybe a solo carry performance here. Almost got there. Suppose I can't blame them for going into it if Mindfrost was feeling good.
Well, Rubber Conquest have all the aces now. The next pick in tow. 1 point away from a win, which will put them in good stead to at least getting out of the group, if not more, because they still have another game after this. They're in a good spot now, Rubber Conquest. Ice-T, although they're probably going to be fine. I think they should be fine in their group. Might be looking down rather than up in terms of their group placement, unless they can turn this one around.
Yeah, and Rubber Conquest with good amount of options now. I actually go for free mod 1. I would have said maybe a no mod 5 is what I might have expected. But going to be the free mod 1, the Fergus Break Core custom song. And just upon hearing the name Fergus alone, what kind of a map we're getting into here might, the circles might start showing in your head. You might start seeing what we're in for. Exactly what you expect it to be. Very triple heavy, very 5-note heavy, 7-note heavy. Just bursts. No big streams. No big breaks either. Pretty constant, but probably one of the easier maps in the pool. I think we've seen kind of higher team score averages.
Yeah, it's a style that it's a nice place to be for a lot of players. It's kind of speedy, so it kind of, the speed kind of dictates the roster you're going to put in for this, but imagine these teams should be able to put together a comfy 4 for something like this. And Rubber Conquest, with Match Point, they've been picking nothing but DT and speed. So this is exactly where they want to be. But Ice-T, they look like they weren't quite warm on it earlier. Maybe now they're more prepared for something speedier like this. They have the players for it, for sure. They got a lot of hard rocks, though. 2 hard rocks from Ice-T. But straight away, there is a definite disparity in the comfort on the speed. Ice-T definitely still struggling on the speed side of this, looking at the accuracies. It's not looking good here early on. Two FCs to no FCs in favor of Rubber Conquest. The accuracy is really high on those FCs too from TFG and Arj. Chihuahua there. They're not getting very far though because the combos are climbing here for Ice-T. The accuracies are increasing as well. They're getting used to it.
Yeah, what looked like almost unrecoverable at the start here is starting to look increasingly competitive. Still need to see some breaks here. Preferably, or is the combo lead? Fuma is actually unfortunately going to be the player to break on the side of Ice-T, which might just have dashed any hopes of keeping themselves alive in this, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's looking a little grim now, and well, Rubber Conquest still haven't dropped, so I don't think they would have had the opportunity anyway.
Yeah.
No problems at all. Look at the accuracies across all 4 players too. That's a level of comfort that shows a lot of confidence. 97 as the lowest from Zubs is pretty damn good going on that one.
Yeah, GG's. A very convincing performances from Rubber Conquest in this match. A lot of these maps just looking so good.
Rubber Conquest now surely should be looking towards the next round at the very least. They still have one more game to get a good placement in this group, and the way they're playing there, after losing against the lowest seed of their group, they've really bounced back well.
Yeah. Really what you wanted to see out of them.
As for Ice-T, they should still be fine. They've already got a win under their belt. I believe that's their last game now. So that sorts out their round robin stage, right? I think they're looking at win 1, loss 2, which should put them at the very least 3rd, which does give them a spot next week. But Rubber Conquest now, they're going to be looking up. Gotta be said though, they're against the top seed next against Starbound. It's going to be a tough match for them, but a result there could put them in a really good spot for taking top in the group if they do well there. But we'll see.
Yes, and with that, the end of this match and the beginnings of the next one in about 15-20 minutes. So we'll be bringing that to you quite shortly. Don't go away too far. Be sure to be back for that action. Blue Pants versus Fukamotor, 15-20 minutes from now. And we'll see you very soon.